but let's just say I had trouble, and let's hope that I'm actually heard. For those of you guys who are following me on Twitter, please, please, please tell me if I'm heard. Can you hear me?
I hear
Oh
you.
yeah, I'm here with a guest host, by the way. You all know him very well. Hello.
Hi, my name is Hello. Actually, my name is Monty. I'm from California. The other person that follows these Apple events generally every year since I don't even know how long.
Gosh, I think the first WWDC I started to follow was in 2012.
Sounds about right. I think I might have done 2010 or 2011. I'd have to go back. My Twitter archive would tell me that, which, by the way, I need to get a new one of those soon. But anyway,
It's not July yet. Anyway,
right, you're right.
so let's very, very quickly discuss what happened in
In W.
WWDC.
Well, first,
It was actually a very lackadaisical, if I'm saying that right, from the audience point of view.
it was kind of
Lackadaisical, lackadaisical, I don't know how to say that
the,
word.
the beginning of it was not the usual. Let's show off numbers and things.
No, the whole thing was really, however you say that word.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of another word for it. But basically,
I can't even say it, so.
it was kind of a
Subdued.
yeah, so ho hum, kind of okay. The first
I
thing,
said it was subdued.
yeah, subdued. Yeah, that works. Um, the first thing that they discussed was Mac OS, which is going to be called El Capitan, which, by the way, is the captain. In case you were curious about that. Um, wow, dead silence from the host on that one. Am I still there? Oh boy, I hope I'm still here. I hope I'm still being heard. It looks like I'm still there. Um, so, I will continue. El Capitan
The
was.
audience
Whoa, now you're
point of
back.
view was very very subdued, very non-reactive.
Okay, are you hearing me? We just had I just had like
Yeah,
about 30-second pause from you, I think. I think
yeah, I'm hearing you.
okay, just making sure because that was interesting. I thought I lost you. You were just listening to me. Um,
Yeah, I
it,
said hello. Let me check. Let me check here. Uh, oops.
so while she checked on thing, the next Mac
Yeah,
OS.
live. I think we're live.
Okay, that's good. The thing I did not like right off the bat was, you know how in the past couple of years they've done the whole, be funny about the OS names. They had OS, what was it, OS Weed a couple of, last year or the year before. Uh,
Yeah,
this year they just came out and said, "Oh, we had our crack marketing team have the answer from within, and it's
I have a theory about that.
El Capitan." That was it. That was
I
just
have a theory about that, by the way,
what is that?
because I would have done the same thing. They got a lot of flack, and it wasn't good.
How could it not be good? That was absolutely huge.
Because many people can't take a joke, especially with weed.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you got a point there. I still wanted to see
So,
I still wanted to see Mac OS 10 Weed. I still would love to have seen that, but oh well.
isn't it a city in California?
It is. It's way up north. It's kind of a rural place, and I suspect weed might grow there, but we won't be seeing that in
We
another.
will not go there for the sake of being that this hangout is for 18 and above.
Right. Well, then everybody should be sensible enough to. Anyway, so
Anyway,
there was that. There was the
El Capitan. I can't even spell that.
well, it's what is it? L, and then I don't even know if it's one word or two, but if it's two words, it would be
L
EL.
hyphen, not captain,
Well, it is Capitan in Spanish.
in French.
Is it French?
Uh,
I thought it was
no, it's French.
okay. You would know better than I. You've taken language courses and things that I
I
haven't.
have not. No, 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 no. That's where you're sorely mistaken.
El
I
Capitan.
just sing in said language. But if you say it, El Capitan.
Right. Yeah. El
So,
Capitan.
yeah, it
El
is French. Let me see if we have any no mentions. And to Lawler Dairy, if you're listening to this and I don't know your main name, but that's how you're showing up on Twitter, the archive for the video will probably be up at the keynotes feed later on tonight. So you can look there.
Usually it's like in the afternoon or early evening West Coast time. So by the evening on the East Coast, if you're on the East Coast,
I think they're actually in the UK.
Okay, well in that case, tomorrow morning, for you. Like when you go pick up tomorrow, it might be there. That's
Might. Hey, no, I love the comment someone left to me in my Twitter feed. No Chinese translation.
yeah, they fixed that. That hasn't been a problem the last couple of times. That's a good thing. No.
Actually, just once, but yeah.
I think I might be wrong, but didn't the event start late today? Didn't it like start at like 10:15 or something like that? I wasn't looking, but it seemed to me like.
No, actually, it started at around 10:03.
Oh, did it? Okay, I must not have been. I thought it was later than it was then. Okay, the music was.
So it ended late.
Oh, that it sure did, and we're gonna get to why in a minute. They did their one more thing. He was probably in his grave going, oh, that's my line.
Yeah, good show.
So I believe Tim's line was, there is one more thing. So I guess that could be the new.
No, I think the way he said it was, there is one more thing, and then he got drowned out by the audience.
Right. So we had that. We discussed the Apple. Let's see.
OS 10, El Capitan, I like its features. I might or might not take part in the public beta depending on if I can get all my ducks in a row.
The public beta for both OS 10 and for the first time iOS will be
really.
By the way, for those interested, it'll be coming.
Okay, now this brings me to a question.
Okay.
And of course we don't know, so we won't really speculate. But here's something to chew on for now. Will iOS public beta be invite-only like it was with iOS 8?
Yep, that's a good question.
And again, we can't really say yes or no. So
yeah, we'll find that out in the coming weeks for sure.
Yeah, 30 days in September, April, June, and November.
Well, we're going to find that out. Well, they didn't say when in July. They just said July.
July.
That could be any time between 3 weeks from now and hello and goodbye to the person that just joined in.
Yeah, I don't even know who that was, but hi.
Yeah, hi, bye.
You can catch it on YouTube, but anyway. So we don't know if it's going to be out in July. We don't know when it's going to be out in July.
So there's 31 possible days that you'll see it. You'll see it in those 31 days.
Yeah, and don't ask us when, you guys.
Yeah, people are crazy enough to. If you are a developer, you can get it today, June 7th.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, which I'm not, so we won't go there. But it's too wide, but...
For those that are, and because I'm sure there are some that are watching that are, I know of at least
sure.
Probably is, so you can get it today, and you know how to get it if you so choose
to.
Yeah.
Feel free to do so, and when the time is right, when the GM is released, then spill your guts, just not all over the floor.
We don't want to clean that up. Ew.
Hey, I have to make this somewhat funny.
Right. Well,
considering what I went through for the past 14 hours.
Well, we could go into that if you really want, but that'll
we will later.
Okay. So then we discussed after the OS X was discussed, and they mentioned
Swift.
Swift was discussed, which I know nothing about as I'm not a programmer, but as this is.
I know very little about it.
I do know one thing pretty significant. They went open source with it.
Now, there comes another thing. I got a comment privately from someone, and again, let's not speculate because we can get into a shouting match, and we don't really want to do that publicly.
I don't mind shouting matches. I mean, I think there's time and place for those. I mean, we could do them here. We could do that. That's how you do debates. Listen to presidential debates sometimes. Anyway, go ahead.
I've heard them. Anyway, some of them are good. So the message that came across to me privately in a summary was accessibility of open source of Swift. Now, I can't comment on that because I'm no dev.
That is true, and that's going to be that could present some issues because it seems like it's always easier to make things inaccessible than it is to make things accessible, especially when it comes to open source things. Not all, but I've
had actually very good luck so far.
Well, that's good.
And like you said, I won't say everything that's open source is inaccessible because that's not fair.
No, and it's not even the case. I mean, VLC's all right.
VLC works great on the Mac, actually.
But not
about 100%.
Not quite as well on Windows as it used to.
Can you now going off the topic a little bit? I think you can actually operate VLC with the command line in Windows and Mac if you wanted to. So there you go.
Yeah, you're right. I need to look into that option actually. I that, but that again, that's slightly off what we're doing here.
It is, but not really, because VLC might be coded in Swift one day.
Maybe. Well, they did say they want Swift to be the language that everybody codes in for the next 20 years.
Since it is already offered in programming schools now, right now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, everybody knows C and C++ and everything. Swift.
Everyone who's a programmer, anyway.
Right. And so I wonder how many people are going to go for Swift. That's.
I know several visually impaired people who wrote some guides and an open letter to Apple regarding, well, the current version of Swift. So who knows?
Yeah. Well, I know there was a big thing to try to get the Xcode platform itself accessible. So
that's it. That works on Swift. That is
Swift. Yeah,
how you're going to program with Swift.
Developing in.
I think.
With that, you certainly would have the capability of probably, because that does everything. I mean, that's your Mac dev, that's your iOS app dev, that's everything. So you're doing a lot in that app if you're a dev. So that was discussed, and then after Swift, I think we came into iOS 9 features, which
very quickly iOS 9. Actually, no, that one took a good 45 minutes.
Yeah, they demoed a game like they always do. They always have one. Metal. What was it? Metal.
That was actually demoed, I think, on the Mac, not iOS. I had to leave for a minute.
I don't think they. Oh, was it? It might have been. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, because I remember putting down my stuff and leaving for a minute while they were talking about that when I said, in brackets, will not be transcribed or something like that.
Yeah, I believe that they were doing some kind of a Metal-y type game on some kind of platform. Yeah, that was OS 10.
It was OS X.
Yeah. What did they do in OS 9? I mean, OS 9. iOS 9.
iOS 9. We're going back to 2003 here?
Yeah.
Anyway, so...
my brain feels like it.
Yeah, especially given what I had to go through today. Yeah. So, I'm liking iOS, what I'm seeing of iOS 9.
It seems like it won't be too hard to mess with and play with. It's not a huge, ginormous.
No major leaps and bounds this time.
Yeah, that's what kind of got me on that one.
Just under the hood stuff, which is great.
Which is good. And what they said. Now, here's what I was impressed with. And by the way, true to Apple's schedule, and literally they've stuck to it for so long now. We can literally. It'll be public beta in July, dev access.
That's new.
And the public beta is new. That's never been done before in iOS. But the release will be in the fall, as it has been for eternity, and so that is unchanged.
Since Steve Jobs' death, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
That was rest in peace.
Yeah, that was the same year that kind of got regularized. That's true. Boy, I don't think we'd be where we were if it weren't for him. Amazingly, as tough as he was.
Yeah, and I heard that you gave him no nonsense.
He made sure stuff got done, and it showed. Look at how solid iOS 7 was, which was the last iOS before his death.
Mm-hmm. And iOS 8 was good.
Yeah, but
actually, it was iOS 6 that was no, it was iOS 5 that was solid.
iOS 5 was very solid, and I think iOS 7...
I know, because I can say it now, I think. I tested iOS 5 in 2011. Right. So...
And I tested iOS 7 in whatever year that was. Oh, that was...
2013? Yeah.
Steve had probably some kind of influence prior to him dying. He probably had the groundwork. I mean, I'm sure they're working on iOS... I'm pretty sure they're having the plans drawn out for iOS 10 already.
No. I'll go even further and say they have the plans for up to probably iOS 14 or so.
Probably. Because I remember when I was testing iOS 7, I felt very comfortable running the beta of iOS 7 on my production phone, which I wouldn't iOS 8. In fact, you remember how long it took me to get to actually finally upgrade to iOS 8 from 7? Because of
I was gone.
Oh, that's right. You were gone. I don't think I upgraded until iOS 8.0.2.
And I had no choice about when to upgrade. So
in your case, you were in
matter.
Situation, but yeah.
Yeah.
I did not upgrade until 8.0.2, because they had that horrible update that came out in iOS 8.01 that lasted all of a few minutes.
Yeah.
How that got released, I don't know, but
now iOS 8 is extremely, I can't break it, and I've tried.
Yeah, it's. Oh, by the way, take a listen. It is not Christmas.
No.
However, what you hear is my sister's Christmas clock. I just thought I'd give you guys a taste of that. Christmas in June. Yeah, there you go. Christmas in June.
Yes, definitely.
So we had the fact that iOS 9. what was there's so little that I even really noticed in that, other than when it's going to be released. I don't remember actually what to talk about.
The multitasking for the iPad was a big one for me.
That's a big one. Yeah, that's a big one. Being able to. I'm thinking that will be accessible. The way it was described, I could picture it working. You probably go into your app switcher and somehow there's going to be a gesture that you can go between apps instead of closing them.
Well, for the iPad, they already have a 4-finger gesture, so who knows if it's going to be the same for the app switcher. Do a 4-finger swipe. I don't know anything about the iPad, so
right.
But you do switch apps with a 4-finger, swipe on the screen.
Right. So you could just, go between. Yeah, and this multitasking thing is, I believe, a new thing for the iPad. I don't believe it's coming to the iPhone, or is it? I don't remember. I think it's just an iPad feature. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
You dropped for like 15 seconds.
Ew. You didn't drop on my end, so I was busy talking.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was busy talking.
So let's.
What did I say?
So what I said was, you just do a 4-finger swipe, to switch apps in the iPad.
And then
on the iPad, rather.
And then I said, I believe the multitasking is just going to be for the iPad. I think the iPhone will remain unchanged.
That screen is way too small.
Yeah, on the 6,
that,
maybe the 6 Plus.
Not even then.
Or the 6 Plus S, which we don't know about yet.
Well, we don't know what's gonna happen yet,
we won't go there in September. But yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I can look at these things now. I mean, not the exact dates, but the months. I mean, Apple is so.
The months, yeah.
We're gonna have our iPhone event in September, and we're gonna know what's going on. It's crazy.
And then in October, we're gonna have our OS 10 event.
Yeah, that's right. And then we're gonna be. Anyway, so we got that, and there was really nothing else that I can. Nothing's coming to mind.
The App Store. That video gave me chills.
That was a chill.
Especially because of my condition.
Yeah, they showed, for those that missed it, they showed a deaf, basically what amounts to the deaf being able to, an app that allows the deaf to experience.
Play piano,
yeah,
I think.
That's cool. I never thought that. One thing with Apple that I'm very impressed with is they're making things possible that no one would have ever thought possible. Even going back to the debut of the iPhone. Who would have thought that a blind person would even be able to use a touch screen?
Remember, the iPhone did not have voiceover for 4 years? No, 3 years.
Yeah, but I'm sure Apple was baking it in even as the iPhone.
No, they weren't.
Used. Oh?
Not until 2009 when President Maurer said, and I quote, in front of a general session, "It has no buttons."
That's right. It doesn't. That's why we couldn't use it. And that's,
And then they talked to Apple, and they talked a little louder and a little less nice, and now we have a voiceover.
And now we have, what's funny is now we have accessibility commitments for things that we never thought. I mean, the deaf would play piano and things, and that's.
I mean, the device that I'm going to be testing in a few months or even weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I will be using that as a fake, pair of hearing aids if the audio is good.
Right, indeed. I would recommend that. I mean, if it's everything it's supposedly going to be, then it could change something, and that's.
I think so. I mean,
that's beyond the scope of discussion. But
I'm not going to go into the debate of Samsung's better and all that stuff, because I'm getting mentions galore, just right now in my ear just bashing, Samsung and Windows and everything, and that's fine. Each has her own opinion.
Their own, but we've got some very cool news to mention as we come to the end of WWDC here in a moment. After iOS 9, they talked about, of course, the brand
something that Alawami Productions is very much involved in.
Well, yeah.
Oh, wait, is it that?
No, not yet. That's the fun thing. Before you get to that, though, we have to talk about the Apple Watch and how they're going to be releasing. They're going to be doing native app support for the Apple Watch, so you'll be able to create apps for the watch.
Yep. For those of you who are devs.
For those of you that are obviously, I'm not going to be creating. I'm not a dev. I'm not going to even try to create an app.
Well, one day, I've got faith.
Okay, did that go for you too? You're not going for a programming degree, are you?
No, I'm not. But
I don't see myself programming other than to screw things up. I could easily break things.
I am kind of both for and against running apps natively on the Apple Watch. Now, this is from a user who doesn't own one, and this is from a user who hasn't even bothered to look at the specs.
Same here. I don't know a thing about them. I'm not interested in an Apple Watch.
I am.
But you have watch issues, and I literally mean that. You can explain if you want.
No, we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
I do want to get one, though. The cheapest model that I can get, because maybe, just maybe, the technology, if I could hold someone's iPhone in my hand and not have it break.
And you've done that plenty of times.
Plenty of times. Yours, mine's in a case, but yours, some family members, I've held their phone for a time, and so far it hasn't broken.
That's good. So
it hasn't drained the battery, which is mainly what happens, actually.
Generally happens, yeah. So yeah, if you get one, I think the cheapest model for you would be the 349.
$300.
Yeah. So it'd be a pretty hefty investment.
It would be, but the thing.
So, would it be worth it?
The reason why I'm not for I'm for it because it'll give the developers and stuff more power, but the processing power, I don't know if it's there yet.
Right, and there was already talk in the early days of the watch being sluggish with voiceovers. So.
But even maybe that's improved. We don't know.
Yeah, well, we obviously don't know. And the new watchOS 2.0, which is literally what it's called.
Yeah.
That's gonna come out. I think they said when, but I forget exactly when.
They said sometime in the fall.
The fall, I believe. Yeah, it probably will coincide with the rest of iOS thingies, I'm thinking.
And by the way, for those of you visually impaired people who are watching, I just lipped something sotto voce. Regarding 2.0, for those of you who are JC Hutchins' Seventh Son fans, you'll understand exactly what I just lipped. What I lipped was Kilroy 2.0.
Oh.
Okay. And for those of you who are Seventh Son fans,
you'll know what that is.
You can slap me and throw tomatoes at me later, or rejoice.
In my case, my video is just just me here, just in the room, just boring, But I wanted to give you some kind of content because I wanted to. So there you go. Okay, so
now
the good stuff. What I think was the best part of the entire speech that made it go over.
And this is what Alawami Productions is actually going into. In fact, the EP, if I get all my paperwork in on time, is going to be released July 8th.
Whoa, right now on this Hangout, you've just announced a very cool event.
Assuming, and this is out of my control because I submitted everything already, so now it's out of my control.
Right, so you're hoping it'll all get released on time, hopefully on the target date of July 8th.
Yeah.
Look for that if it's.
And I'm hoping to use one of the features beforehand if it's accessible.
Right, which I bet it will be because we haven't seen as one of our Twitter minions said. There hasn't been a first-party app yet that has not been accessible.
Wait, huh?
I
There
mean,
hasn't.
there hasn't been a first-party app that has not been inaccessible. Or what am I trying to say? I know what I want to say.
Wait, there hasn't. There hasn't
There hasn't been an
been a
app.
first party yet.
Yeah, there hasn't been a.
That's what I'm struggling. That's what I'm
Oh,
struggling over. What?
in other words, there hasn't been an Apple app. You know, Apple is the first.
A stock app.
Yeah, a stock that okay, that works too. There hasn't been a stock app that has out of the gate not been uh
Whoops. Let's go back.
okay. What did we miss?
News.
Oh yeah, the new. Oh right. Yeah, that's. I think that's going to replace Newsstand, which has been a pain in everybody's side.
I'm worried.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of. It's supposed to
I'm
be.
not worried about the images. You know, it is up to the companies and the developers of those apps to make that accessible, not Apple.
Right, but it's
so
be an all-in-one news source, not a folder with a bunch of apps in it,
yeah.
like we have currently with Newsstand.
Instapaper, anyone?
Yeah, kind of like, oh, maybe they took a.
Actually, yeah.
Apple's good at that. I think Apple loves to do that. They love to take cues from other things, and then bring.
And they do it better.
Yeah, I mean, or they bring them in like Shazam. They just sort of incorporated it into their series. You know?
Well, yeah.
I
love the flub that happened when he said, "Whoops, let's try that again." But we'll get there late. We'll get there in a minute.
Yep. Yep. That we will definitely get there.
So yeah, news app. I don't know. I like the idea that you can follow blogs. It's basically
papers,
all in one news, RSS, etc. reader in your hand.
Well, I wonder if that's what it is. If it's literally, it must be. If you can follow blogs, it has to be some kind of RSS reader.
Mm-hmm.
They never specifically said RSS, but
no,
that's got to be what it is. If it allows for the following of, because they said everything, you know, from big newspapers like the New York Times all the way down to your favorite blog.
Blogs.
That has.
They did name one. I don't remember what it was. They did name a blog. What was it? One that I follow actually very religiously.
Then yeah,
I don't remember what it was, but
does it have an RSS feed?
Yeah,
do nowadays. So my guess is that's how they would get it into the news app. Then I guess
we'll see when that comes out with iOS 8.4. Did they say when that was going to be released?
Is that coming out with iOS? Oh, iOS 8.4? Yes.
Yes.
That'll be released.
Wait. Something will be released with iOS 8.4. What was?
That's the thing that comes up at the end.
No.
That'll be.
I think it was that and something else.
Is there something else? Maybe that's the news app.
Maybe. I'm thinking it is, but guys, do not quote me on that.
Right. Go back if you want. Wait for the. If it's not available yet, wait for the archive and go back through the.
I wasn't feeling too good during the keynote. You got my messages on that, so.
Yeah, I actually.
Yeah, you got my messages on that.
On that, yeah, that was quite. Yeah, not good.
So I'm remembering something like that. But guys, again, do not quote me on that. Don't send me flack because I made a mistake. So we're all
send her wave or MP3, just not flack. No, just kidding. Huh?
We're all very mistake prone, so we're all human.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Even the keynote presenter who kind of flubbed on the next thing that we're going to be talking about, which is Beats Music. Which is music.
Well, it's actually called Apple Music.
Apple Music, yeah.
Is the name of the.
I'm noticing a pattern here. We're running out of iThings.
Yeah, we don't have any more. They're not doing iThings anymore. Pretty soon, I think iTunes will be called Apple Tunes.
I can't see that happening.
Oh, by the way, another development just before we get into Apple Music, just a small thing. Passbook is going to be renamed to Wallet.
Wallet, yep.
So that makes more sense to me, actually. I like that. Actually.
The way they're going with it, yeah. Although I do see a problem. I mean, not a big one. Google has Google Wallet.
Right, and this is just going to be called Wallet. So it's going to be
Wallet.
Called Wallet or just Wallet. It looks like it's just.
I think it's just Wallet has more of a makes sense. Apple Wallet just seems too redundant.
Right, because it's going to work with Apple Pay. It's going to do the same things it does now. With Apple Pay was discussed. They're going to bring it in places, including London subway.
UK.
Yep, they're gonna.
And sorry, I just banged the mic. Sorry about that.
I heard that. I was like, okay. So now we get to this thing called Apple Music. Now there were some things mentioned in that I did not like. One of the things, well, really the only thing, they talked about Beats One, which is this so-called radio station that is supposedly broadcasting from 3 points on the globe.
I'm actually all for it.
Oh, I don't mind it. It's not the concept that I don't like, but it's not really.
I think it's the fact that how they presented it. Now, I do agree with one thing, though. And this, you're going to hate me.
Okay.
I agree with the statement that how people treat quote-unquote radio is not quote-unquote radio on the internet. What they do, is they'll queue up a playlist and they'll call it radio. That is not radio.
That's automation. That's a jukebox.
But a lot of people, and even on your phone, even on their phone, like even when it's offline, listen to my radio.
Yeah, you're right. I have heard people mention that way. Oh, here's my.
So I believe, I mean, someone lost their disrespect for Apple, but I look at it this way. A lot of Generation X, and I'm not a part of Generation X, but a lot of Generation X, and even Gen Y, are misusing and abusing the word radio in quotes.
Right. Well.
So I think that's what Apple meant.
Radio, of course, we know what radio should be. I mean, even internet radio, to keep the radio part of it, technically, if you want to be technical, you should have a DJ at least, and it should be a live DJ.
If you can.
If it can. But this is not that. You know that as well as I. Not going to be that. So to me,
actually, I think it will be. This will be literally live broadcasts from LA, New York, and London.
You think it actually will be that?
I think so. I firmly believe it will be.
That will be interesting. If that's the case, that makes it a lot more interesting to me. When it comes out for all of us, we'll have to see.
We'll see. Again,
to me, I think it is like an iTunes radio type thing where they might have. Guest.
Because we heard actual voices on there.
We did.
So I think that it will be, live, and then maybe they can rerun their shows like at 2 a.m, their time when they're asleep and stuff. I think most of it will be live.
Well, that would certainly be different. No site, if you notice, all of the major music streaming that's out there, Pandora, even iTunes Radio currently, Spotify, all of that doesn't have live anything.
No.
On demand, that's it. And there is an on-demand component to Apple Music, which I like.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
I do too. I can't wait to try it. I might try the 3 months free.
Right. Oh, I will try the 3 months free. There's no question. Being able to on-demand listen to every single song in the iTunes catalog,
including, my stuff. I'm on iTunes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All I Want Me Productions is on iTunes.
So you can listen to that, create a playlist based on you like what
based on that, if you like
you can
classical.
And here's something I like. You could even ask Siri, and I'm sure there's a way to do it in the app itself too, but you can even ask Siri, show me the top 10, play me the top 10 songs in country currently. So,
what happened with the flub?
Did you hear it, or do you actually want me to explain what happened? Because that was...
I sort of heard it, but I was going over my mentions, so all I heard was, whoops, let's try that again. Very sotto voce.
He was saying how, he was showing off how you could not only play the top 10 and all that, but you could also have it play... Let's say you like a current soundtrack, but you don't know the name of the song. You could, play the main song from Selma, the movie, and it apparently misheard him or something and played the wrong thing. So he had that was the example that he used.
He handled that well.
I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna put that through its paces. Things like play me the soundtrack from Apollo 13. Things like that. See if it'll do it.
That score's not released.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? That was how could Apollo 13?
Not the score that I gave you.
I haven't even looked at that yet. Actually, I was just going off of. That was a very well-known movie. How could that not be released? That
score just got released this year.
You mean at the 45th anniversary of Apollo 13?
Something like that. Oh yeah, right.
I never thought of that.
I think it got remastered. It sounds great. Cool. But who knows? That might be on iTunes one day.
Maybe. Well, there's that, and there's that pretty. So they're going to have that, which is really cool. I can try that. The subscription will be normally, what did they say, $9.99, I think.
Yeah, a
per month,
month.
which is cheaper than iTunes Match, by the way. And it's right on
Yeah, but you're not saving a, well, actually, wait. 9 times 12 is
100 and wait a minute, hold on. 9 times 10 is 90. So 11 is 99, 12, 100 and 111?
yeah.
$111
So
a year for that if you have it for an entire year.
yeah, you're not saving much money at all.
iTunes Match is 25 bucks. Oh wait, actually, you know what? For a year, you actually aren't saving any money.
Uh-huh.
You're not saving any. I just realized that because iTunes Match is 25 bucks a year, not a month.
That's right.
Whoops! I was like thinking, oh yeah, you're saving money. Oh wait, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
But you are getting the ability.
But the good thing is you can at least cancel and go, I don't want this anymore. And then you can probably just come back to it.
Or if you don't want music on your phone at all,
Yeah.
you can just use Apple Music, and that can be your music library as long as you have.
I get the feeling, who was it that asked me about iTunes Match? Someone was like, will iTunes Match be changed? Or,
I don't
what was
think
the question?
so. iTunes Match is different. iTunes Match is your own music, your stuff that you put up there. That some of it's already in the iTunes store, some of it is your own uploads.
Mm-hmm.
So they would take that away. I don't see.
I can't see that.
And iTunes Match wasn't even mentioned in this event at all. So
No.
if there was going to be a big overhaul, they would have said something in there. And there
yeah, they would have.
So
go back to the very beginning.
Okay.
30 sessions are going to be streamed for WWE Live.
Here, they're going to do something they've never done before. They're not only streaming the keynote, which they did, but they're also live 30 live sessions, which is.
Now, for those who are going to ask, the answer is no.
Well, we aren't going to be able to access them anyway, but for those that can.
No, I meant the live streaming. For those of you who are asking, who are thinking that I'm going to be streaming that, the answer is definitely not.
No, and that's.
Mainly because it's not my interest.
Right. Well, not only that, but you wouldn't have.
I will try and get the archives, though.
Right. You won't have the. Do you still have the access to do that?
Until July, yeah.
That's right. Your subscription is still valid. That's right. Okay. So yeah, that would be cool. The live streams, though, for those that are geeky enough to want to actually listen to those as they happen, I'm sure you can find those on the developer page on the Dev Center somewhere in there. That's where I would think you would find them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's nice of Apple. Let's just hope there's not Chinese or Mandarin streams that are supposed to be English in there.
If there are Mandarin and Chinese streams, let's hope that they're in a separate file.
Right, and not part of the mainstream like a couple of years ago, which made things very interesting.
And the sigh that you heard was me struggling with my machine.
Oh, no kidding. Oh boy.
Oh, whoops, my camera was never detected. Oh well. So people have been hearing a voice, which is fine. People know my voice by now.
It's a good thing I have video. At least they had something to look at.
Maybe I am that ugly to look at. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so
even the camera doesn't like you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Apple Music I think was the biggest point of the event today for me. I mean, it actually kept me listening. It went over.
You would think that they would have spent more time on it, but they were running way over.
They went over as it was. They went well over. They went, God, what was it, 12:10, I think, when it was finished, Pacific?
About 12:15, actually. Yeah. No, 12:20.
Yeah, so they spent time on it, all right. They went way over.
They spent time on iOS. They spent more time on iOS than anything, because I was keeping an eye on the time. It was 10:53 when they switched to iOS. It was 11:57
when they switched
to Beats Music.
Wow. Oh yeah, and they had Drake up there today. That was, I mean, really, is that who they could get? I mean, we know who Drake is, but couldn't they have gotten some?
Actually, I don't.
You don't know who? Wow. Where have you been for the last 6 years?
I don't listen to that kind of music. Remember?
Yeah, but you've got Billboard.
I got Billboard, but that doesn't mean I follow it religiously.
Yeah, but you've got it.
I've seen his name. I've heard it. I think I remember who he is. But
one thing I know,
he is Apple.
They traditionally do old style stuff. You notice that? Like, I think they forget about the younger crowd. Like they do Aretha Franklin and they do old artists like that, and they hardly.
Well, remember, that's his playlist.
Oh, right. Good point. You're right.
That was his playlist. He loves Aretha Franklin. Good song, by the way, that they played. Or that they...
I figured he was when he said Aretha Franklin. I almost guaranteed he was going to cue that song up, and he did.
Respect. I think that's what it's called.
It's either called Respect or it's called RESPECT.
Oh, yeah, Respect.
Well, written out, I mean.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Aretha Franklin fan. I'm just
right,
which is fine.
That is one of her.
I'm more Whitney Houston, but
If I had to listen to that any song of hers, I think that would be it. I mean, I can tolerate that song.
Yeah, yeah.
Friend on
yeah, definitely.
So she'll love that part of WWDC alone, just by itself. There was a performance done at the end. Has Apple gotten into a pattern of doing that? I'm trying to remember.
They've never done that before, ever.
No, they did it with U2.
This is the first time.
They did it with U2, didn't they? When U2 did their album thing and they gave us that album.
No.
U2 didn't do a performance at WWDC?
No, I was there. I listened. No, they didn't.
I could swear
they just released the album. They just released it free with iOS, whatever it was, and there was big uproar because no one wanted the album. Well, it was forced on them or something.
Release, they could have done another artist, and people probably wouldn't have. I think a lot of people just don't like U2's current stuff, and that's U2. I think was trying to redeem themselves.
I've never actually heard it. I'm not familiar with. Well, I probably have heard their stuff and don't even know it.
Their stuff is okay. So. I don't even care for it. So I got the album and then I deleted it.
Well, at least you bumped up their stats a little bit.
Exactly. That's why I did it. I purposely got it so that they would be happy, and then I deleted it.
Yeah, I mean, I never bothered. I'm like,
had they did
now had it been
had it been Katy,
had it been
or Sarah
New Kids,
Cool
in the Gang, they're pretty good.
Oh, they're good. Yeah, I would love that. Anything from the 80s, 90s, anybody that was doing a new album. I mean, some people do a comeback, I would have liked that.
Genesis did a comeback for their concert. I would have loved to be there, but yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool. So, yeah, this one was a performance by a kind of a newer artist. I don't even know much about.
Who reminds me of Kool in the Gang.
Yeah, kind of. They actually aren't bad. They're called The Weeknd, and I think that's WEKND. I
thought it was WEKEND.
I don't think it's END. I think it's like WEK''ND, something like that. Well, I'm sure.
Well,
yeah.
We'll see it. I don't remember. And let's see. I'm getting a message here. Oh, okay. I'll get to that later.
After this, I'll be eating some pizza.
Yum. So, yeah, that song was actually really good. And for those of you who are interested, I'll be featuring the the first verse and where I think the chorus ends.
Right. Well, musicians, generally where the chorus ends, and I would think it's pretty obvious. So you should.
Yeah. I mean, I might be a little bit off because I featured from the beginning to where I think the first verse and chorus end, which I might be a little bit wrong, but
I'm sure it'll still sound it'll be a decent fade out in the end of.
Oh yeah, it's probably like maybe a minute. So
right. You get a good of what
notice that wasn't live. Well, maybe it was.
Actually, I wasn't sure actually if it was live or not.
They tuned down the audience, which probably we wouldn't have been able to hear the song otherwise.
Right. Or a bunch of echoey, who knows what,
I loved the keynote opening, though. The audience was roaring with laughter.
I missed that because I was still getting my stuff together, trying to make sure the stream was working, and I wasn't sure if it was.
Yeah, it'll be up on at least it'll be up on the MP3 archive, which is saved, by the way. It'll be up shortly.
Good. Yeah, not long after this thing live.
I'm trying to find the next part
of this. I think that's it.
The thing. No, actually, I'm trying to find. Don't.
This is Sarah fumbling, folks. This is what normally happens.
No, it's Firefox being a pain in the fill in the blank.
Oh yay! Well, this hangout is over 18, so we could fill in the blank aloud if we want to.
I don't cuss, remember?
That's true. You are actually better than my sister when it comes to that. I've actually caught her cussing a couple of times, and
Oh,
you have actually, no matter how mad you've gotten, I have yet to hear you cuss. And I
unless I'm under a lot of uh, medication.
right. Well, I think overall, I think, like I said, the biggest thing to come out of iOS 9 would probably have to, I mean, iOS 9, out of WWDC would be obviously iOS 9, but obviously the open source of Swift, the announcement of Beats One and Apple Music. That's going to be the big one for me. I'm going to be checking that out. And I look forward to
I'm trying to find the darn questions. Anyway.
Do we have any questions? Yeah.
I don't know because I can't.
I did not submit any this time around, as I did last time.
Oh, let's see. I have. Oh. So let me. Oh, I found something.
Okay, let's hope you can. Apparently, Hangouts has become inaccessible, which I'm not happy about.
Oh no! I wouldn't say inaccessible. Just frustrating.
Okay. Well, hopefully,
and
Google on that.
I'm not really a pro at Firefox and NVDA, so it's it's more of a ID10T error.
It's an ID10T era. I mean, yeah, era. Anyway, just giving you a hard time because I can while
okay. Well, apparently there are no questions, so I think with that
the Q&A very easy.
Yeah, actually it did this time. I think we answered everything. Let me check my Twitter.
Yeah, see if you got any mentions or final thoughts.
No mentions except the people that were bashing Samsung, and I'm purposefully ignoring them.
Well, one thing that Apple did say is that Apple Music will be available on Android, so take that. You'll be able to put that on your
How?
That surprises me. They're obviously going to do well. Think about it. They already port iTunes for Windows, so they'll probably do something similar for Apple Music, and because remember that's going to be its own app. In fact, I'm wondering if do you think Apple Music is going to sort of be integrated and will become the app that we won't have iTunes on our phones anymore? That was a question I was going to ask you.
Well, that's a good question, actually. Well, right now we have iTunes and Music,
right?
But they are already integrated. Sort of when you click radio, you can already buy the stuff from iTunes, the music
on the radio, on the iTunes radio. That's not really radio, by the way.
No, it's not. But
then
iTunes Pandora, iTunes Spotify. There we go.
Yeah, iTunes Spotify, that works. iTunes on-demand streaming, which will really become on-demand streaming here.
Oh yeah,
very soon.
That I can't wait.
I have been wanting something like that for literally years. Every time I listen to a preview, and I go back and I listen to the same preview over and over and over and over again, I think, and I bet that's what made Apple, because Apple obviously knows the stats on who's listening to what previews, and they're probably going, we should make a subscription service out of this, because obviously this could work. I mean, many more.
And, $9-10 a month. Okay, that's a little pricey, but
pricier than things like Spotify. But you're getting access to a hell of a lot more when compared to Spotify.
That by no means implies, though, that I will not stop submitting my stuff to Spotify.
No. I am not saying that Spotify should go away. In fact, it's good to have more than one. If you've got Pandora and Spotify and Apple Music, there's nothing wrong with that. That covers it.
And YouTube Key. I mean, I'm on YouTube and Tidal.
You have Tidal? Didn't think I knew anybody that had Tidal. Okay.
I'm on Tidal. I don't have Tidal.
Said you had Tidal. I was like, I didn't know. Okay, so you're on.
I don't know. I'm on Tidal.
Oh, neat. I didn't know you were up there. I knew you were on Spotify and iTunes. I didn't know you'd made it to Tidal, though. Cool.
I've been up there probably for a month. Well, probably about maybe 2 or 3 months, depending.
Because that service has only been around for, what, 4 or 5 months, maybe 6?
I took the opportunity about 3 months. I took the opportunity to submit right away through my distributor. There's
the word. Yeah, like that thing on a car that I don't know if those things are still on cars. But
distributor caps, yeah.
So yeah, Tidal is a good service. I mean, they're all really good. But what Apple Music will do for those that like on demand
and Connect.
Oh yeah, Connect. Let's get to that, because that's special for you. That's a special thing for you. It'll allow artists to. It'll basically do what I wish Napster could have been back in the day when Napster was a heyday, had the record company so hell-bent on shutting it down, you'll be able to access those things directly to Apple, essentially, and connect.
If I can get access to that now, I'm thinking of posting the first track to the extended play, although there'll only be 2 tracks because of something that fell through. But
yeah, it would be something.
I'll be able to post that track, and you've heard it.
Yes, I've heard that. It was very good.
Bridge Over Troubled Water. No, yeah.
Yeah, you really you put that. I heard that. I don't know if you released it, but I've heard it.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Okay. So, even if you, well, you could. I wonder if you would need to be a iOS 9 beta tester to get that, or no? I'm thinking they're going to bring that to. Well, maybe not. Well, I don't know. They said June 30th.
Yeah. So I have to wait.
So I believe. I think that's all going to come with 8.4. I
think so. I think it will be. But what I'm wondering is, how do us indie artists get set up with Connect? Probably. And me and Jesse were actually discussing that weeks ago, and we never could come up with an answer. Because I'm with my distributor. I wonder if that will somehow be linked.
Maybe, which would make things a lot easier. But even if not, I'm sure it's a simple process of going to like a part of the app or a website somewhere that's domain and signing up. Basically, I can't imagine it'd be that difficult, really, because it's designed for you. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
And from what they were saying about it, they
already have stuff up there.
Yeah, they were showing a demo of this up-and-coming artist that's unsigned, and I don't remember who it was right now. But
who was he? Who was he? Probably music I wouldn't hear for, but yeah, who was he?
It was like a rocky kind of artist, if I remember right, what I heard. I don't know who it was, though, but again, the keynote will provide the answers when it goes up.
Yeah, and watch for that, by the way, for those of you who are following my YouTube channel.
Yes. If you are watching for that, it'll be the video probably right after this one.
Yeah, it will be. Which, I can't schedule releases of these things, so you're going to be getting Talk now.
Yep.
And let's take a look at this later.
Right, exactly. But hey, it works. And I believe that does it as far as...
I think that's it.
Yeah. So I think as far as I'm concerned, if the Apple Music app replaces iTunes, I won't have a problem with that. But at the same time, I don't think it'll be just as integrated as, music and iTunes are now.
No, but I think that it'll be a new experience for all of us.
Yeah, and I think it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. It'll be frustrating. It'll hopefully be more fun than frustrating.
Let's hope so.
And hopefully I'm here to play with it.
Let's hope so. Again, it'll be coming out on June 30th for those
3 days after Field Day.
Yes. And for those who don't know what Field Day is, it's awesome. That's all I'll say about that.
Yes, it is. For us who like to eat meat.
Oh yes, and hot dogs, and spend 3 hours doing so. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, and I think that'll do it. I think I've got pizza calling my name.
I'm trying to find. Let's see.
And as we
try and oops, I don't want to click that yet.
As we try
where is it?
The most professional way possible, which we're not doing a good job of.
Hey!
I will say...
It's not helping that my computer's sluggish.
Well, that's what you get for having a... Wait a minute. You have a MacBook Air. It shouldn't be as sluggish as it is.
My RAM is 2 years old. Or my RAM is a year old.
I was going to say, your thing's not 2 years old already. Mine is 2 years old. And I'm starting to feel it.
True.
My machine is due to be sold, I think. Anybody want it? $600. There you go.
There it is. So with that, guys, I think we're going to get out of here, and the Hangout will be archived to YouTube as soon as I stop the Hangout. Yep. So if it's not up right away, just be patient. Be patient. It'll be up when it's up.
Yep. Be good.
And there's me sounding like a biddy, but yay. I've been teaching for 2 days, so.
Yep.
And I kind of went to bed late, and was troubleshooting for 12 hours.
Yeah, something like that. And I didn't get to bed much later than she did, but yeah, it was not fun.
It's fixed. So yeah. So guys, take care, be blessed, be safe as always, and
talk to you next.
Comments will be disabled.
Yes.
As always.
We
so
have to
take care. This time, yeah, and be blessed. Okay.